About a month ago, I was at home. It was a day off and I was really trying to relax because I have this thing to where I can't allow myself. What are you doing to get in the sink? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Chihiro. What? Hey. She's hissing at Ty because she jumped in front of him and got scared. So about a month ago, I was at home trying to relax, couldn't relax, and eventually gave up and thought, fine, I'll clean the house or something. So I get some music on that's got a bit of a beat, it's up kind of loud so I can hear it in every room of the house. And I know that Chihiro's outside because I just put her out there because she gets really high off the bleach cleaner when I clean the house. And I don't like that, so she stays out for a couple hours when I do that. So she was just put out the back. And I know that Ty Kitty's in the washroom because that's why I started going to the kitchen, because I knew that he was in the washroom and I didn't want to disturb him because I'm such a loser and I'm always just like letting my cats have their way. But I know where they are. In front of our living room, we have the front door. And then under the door is a weather strip, or there should be. We don't have a weather strip because it got torn up because somebody thought that they should pee in the hallway for a while, but now he's learned better, but not soon enough to save the weather strip. So we always have, or try to have, like a towel at the bottom to block the breezes and stuff and bugs from coming in. But when you open the door, the towel goes back. So you always have to reset it. So no one reset it after they left through the door. So I could see under it, which I often see the shadow of the little cat's feet. And I'm like, oh, the cat's just waiting for me to let her in. I've got to tiptoe through because, like I said, I like to just be too nice to my animals. But I look and I see this shadow that's much bigger than what could be Chihiro. So I think, oh, it's obviously Ty, because when he lays down, he takes up a lot of space. He almost blocks the whole door. But then I thought, I just saw him, and I look over my shoulder, and he's still on the floor. And then I look at the door, and that's a really big shadow. And I was like, oh, what? And I start hearing that sound again. And it sounds, I swear it sounds like my cat, because she does this little scratch, 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 scratch at the door rather than actually tear it up, which is nice for me, but the little sound is so annoying because she doesn't give up. So I hear that, and then I see out the back window, and I look behind me at the back door, I see her run by. So if Ty Kitty's in the hallway, and she just ran by the back door, then oh my God, what's happening at the front door? Because it's a big shadow and the big cat, oh, there goes a hummingbird. That was really nice. I haven't seen one of those. Oh, and a bumblebee. Ugh, nature, stop it. I'm trying to tell a story before I go to work. Ah, where was I? So there's a shadow under the door, and I hear this big scratching sound, but it's higher up the door, and I know this sounds like too detailed, but these are all the things that I ran through my head in that instant, that terror. That's one thing I know I can do. I can certainly survive, because boy, do I get scared when I don't know what that sound is. Goodness, I would have lived back in the olden days. Because Ty is so big that when he gets on his back feet, he can actually open the door handle if he wants to, because it's a push down button. And it sounded that high up, like a waist height. And I was like, oh my gosh, what does that sound? So I tiptoed to the door. But first, I get one of the many weapons we have hidden around our house, and I get a baseball bat out of the closet, like everyone's got. And I'm just ready for I don't know what. And I look out this little, the spy hole, and there's nothing. And I'm like, oh my God. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on my cat. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be under my feet. So I don't really see anything. I'm like, oh my gosh. I see my car in the driveway. I see Lane's car gone. I see my neighbor's car. And I see a car that I think is that usual car that parks across the street most of the time. It wasn't. Because there's a lady messing around the door. And since I was so nervous about my own house, I didn't think about that at first. I was like, okay, someone's across the street. That's often, maybe that's what it was. Because I often hear my other neighbors shut their car door, and I run to the door thinking it's Lane, ready to say something funny or tell him about my day. And then I realize it's not him, and I'm like, oh, I'm really sad. So I was like, that's gotta be it. You just need to take a break. You're just a little worn out. Okay, let's not clean the house. Let's actually sit down. So I go to sit down. So I turn off the music now because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get my cleaning boogie on. I'm just gonna make myself relax. I'm hearing things. I'm crazy now. And the sound comes back. And I'm like, okay. So I get the bat and I'm ready this time. And then I look through the hole. It's that that lady I saw across the street, and she's like all up in the spy hole. If you're trying to break in or play a prank on someone like my siblings do, sometimes you can cover it up, or you can get to the side, or you can get below it. It's not a secret what they look like on the other side. So the fact this lady is just like not caring, all up in the vision, I'm like, oh my God. And then I realize she's trying to get in through the keys. She's trying to unlock the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Whoa, ran around there a little fast. And I just kind of froze because this was a middle-aged woman, middle-aged lady with her hair curled, just looked like she could be someone's, maybe a very new grandmother, that age, just very sweet, was trying to get in my door. I wouldn't think that's a burglar. That could totally be it. She could definitely be a burglar. Anyone could be a burglar, but especially her because she doesn't look like a burglar. So I was like, oh my gosh, don't open it. Because I'm really scared of things, because I heard this story sometimes of how someone will like place a crying baby on your doorstep at 3 a.m. and when you see, like, oh, I can't even tell it. I'm home alone and that'll scare me. I'll tell that another time. So I'm scared. All of this to tell you that I'm scared and I don't know what to do, because how often is someone trying to break into your home when you're on the other side of the door in broad daylight in the afternoon? So I'm like, okay, we're gonna switch bats. Switch my hand to the other bat to the other hand. And I start to open the door and I just go, because I know I don't have a resting bitch face, so I wanted to do my best. When I think I have a mean face, it doesn't work, so I tried to be like, you murdered my family type look. So open the door and I say, I don't want to say, how can I help you? Because I'm not a business, and be like, can I help you? Because I have no idea what to say. And I swear this lady, you know, if I was trying to break in, I'd be like, just gone. But no, this lady, not only does she not look surprised, but she just gets all huffy. She literally just swings her purse back on her shoulder. Yes, is Shelly here? Where's Shelly? like she's supposed to be here. Like whoever Shelly is lives here. And I just stood there, that being the last thing I would think she was going to say. I just gave her that face. And then she goes, never mind. And then leaves. Bye. What? She didn't look like she's surprised. She seemed frustrated with me, like, how dare I move into Shelly's home? I don't know, it was really weird. Really weird. I think I took too long to tell this story. But whatever. Bye.